Look at the weather picture across the country.
So, we could be warming up for some good rainfall within the next 48 hours in terms of amount and spread. We expect bulk of the activities over the northwestern flank in the morning, where thunderstorms are anticipated. Light to moderate rains are likely over parts of Niger, Kaduna, Abuja, and Plateau, and the southeastern axis. A few rains in the morning are likely over the northeast, though we expect weather build-up along the eastern stretch by late morning into early afternoon, with prospects of thunderstorms and rains to affect the northeast part of the central states and the south of the southwest before midnight. That's it from Nigerian Meteorological Agency. I remain Onyilo Desmond.
And that's the news beat. It's time for our first break. Becky will be back with interesting human angle stories after the break, so stay with us.
Correct words.
Huh? See the shop for that side.
Look how that be correct words.
Now the shop be done, now the next one.
Peter, see as people they pack, they go to the shop, go buy clothes. It don't reach like 5 days now. I just suspect this Tunde way this is where in Waka could carry Waka. See, I go blow whistle. I go blow whistle to go spoil.
Your whistle. Come on, go investigate the matter before you blow whistle. Whistle blow. Come on, come on.
Thank you for coming.
Show first. Come. Not only you the circle for this market. Why be say only your shop everybody they come? I just want blow whistle. I go blow something.
This is not be whistle blowing matter. Now MTN goodie bag.
What it be MTN goodie bag?
With MTN goodie bag, if you carry your market enter another level, whether not for Facebook or for WhatsApp or for Twitter, for as low as 25 naira.
25 naira.
Yes, so dial *131*3# with just 25 naira daily or 50 naira weekly. You go get double data to browse Facebook, Instagram, chat, WhatsApp. Make yourself come to get double.
Daddy, this thing is not reducing like before.
Yes, all thanks to the new higher thermal fridge and freezer. They save energy and save money too.
Relax, Mom. It's energy saving and can work with our small generator.
Save up to 42,000 naira per annum and save up to 40% of your energy with the new higher thermocool energy saving refrigerators and freezers. Choose peace of mind. Choose higher thermocool.
Penicillin, ethanol, flour, sugar, glue, whiskey, corn silk, starch, oil, livestock feed. All from corn. You will discover endless opportunities when you search deeper, and to enjoy their full worth, you need an innovative payment solutions partner that creates value from the obvious and sees opportunity in the not so obvious.
InterSwitch. Transaction solutions you can depend on.
The old one don't vamuso as the new one land the bam. Better bob inside every chop we get beside chef seasoning cube. 10 Jara cubes dey inside the 100 cube packets and 5 Jara cube inside the 50 cube packets. Go buy your own now before the Jara then finish. Mr. Chef, the jollyment you not go forget.
Keep your white fabrics glowing whiter, your home sparkling and free from germs with Hypo. Make a dazzling impression every time and let your white speak for you.
My wife. Any other wife is a counterfeit.
Oh, Mama.
Hypo. Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Now available in Lime Breeze.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. ABA, Africa's global bank.
Thanks for staying on the line. The incident you're about to watch happened in Lagos. A parent got news that his child had been kidnapped. In anxiety and fear, he manages to arrange the agreed ransom for the release of the victim. However, just before payment, the case turned on its ear. The twist in the tale will be reported by Doing Dia.
This is a story of betrayal, frustration, and obtaining under false pretense. 19-year-old Dorcas Adelewa and a friend Ifelua on the 12th of July 2018 put a call through to Dorcas' father Taiwo Adelewa that she has been kidnapped by some unknown gunmen on her way back from school, thereby demanding ransom of 600,000 naira. The strange developments, however, got the father, who was attending a function in Ogun State, worried and helpless. Soon after the ransom was prepared and further investigation carried out by the Lagos State Police Command, the reality of the true situation was a rude shock to the innocent father, having to know that the strange call was stage managed by his daughter to defraud him.
She actually planned with her friend, one Ife Oluwa Ogunbayo, who provided her with an accommodation at number 174 Adebayo Road, Ijebu Ode, to hide her. And that the phone that they used in demanding for the ransom of 600,000 naira was also provided by that her friend. And that the entire kidnapping incident was stage managed.
She called me that she's coming from Akure, that she entered kidnapper bus. Why? She now tried to escape. That's why she came to the nearest place she knows she can come. She now asked me that, did I have call card on my phone? I said yes. She collected it. Immediately she collected it, she went out from my mommy's shop. She went far. She go and receive call. She called her. I don't know that she called her daddy that she was kidnapped. She used my phone to do anything, everything.
My mom collected a loan, which she has not paid for.
Loan of how much?
A loan, a cooperative loan.
How much?
350,000. I don't know. I've forgotten.
So your mommy and your daddy are no more together?
They are together.
Okay, so how much were you demanding from your dad?
600,000.
600.
With recent involvement of young girls in crimes, the place of trust, moral and value system which Africa and the Nigerian society is known for is now questionable.
There is no crime without any cause or without any reason. So definitely they have to judge the background of the family vis-a-vis the relationship between the father and the mother. So if that one is being checked, and they know that the father is playing the fatherly role that is supposed to play, so there doesn't be any cause for connivance with either the mother and the child.
You can break the marriage. If the father should find out that the daughter did such a thing, he can make the mother and the father not to be together again.
There is no reason for someone to do such a thing. I think peer pressure might be part of it.
And depends on the people that are influencing you. If their own will is stronger than your own, it might influence you without you even knowing.
My advice is just be who you are. Don't try to say you want to copy someone because you want people to notice you.
Dorcas Adelewa is just one of the many who have attempted such deceitful and dangerous means of exploitation. Some Nigerians believe that such deceitful acts, if not discouraged, may pose serious danger to society, as distress call from those genuinely kidnapped may not get the urgent and necessary attention.
As long as we continue along this path, bribery, corruption, irreverence, disrespect, and what have you, we should be expecting doomsday.
There are many children with criminal tendencies, and some have no boundaries. Like you heard, parents should be alive to their responsibilities. Now, some sordid events in recent times have shown that acts of criminality are assuming scary dimensions. Only a few months ago, a gang of robbers broke into a home in Akwa Ibom State late at night and abducted a 3-year-old child. The drama that followed is better imagined. Marian Vincent Uko has details.
is certainly one unusual visit by officers of the Nigerian Police Force, our Akwa State Command, to NTA Uyo, especially considering the occupants of the van. This is Peter Dominic, one of the prime suspects in the case of child theft, arrested by officers of D Division Itam in Akwa State. It all started when a gang of robbers broke into the home of Kufre Basi and made away with their 3-year-old baby, who was thereafter taken from Akwa Ibom to Abia State.
The person that stole my child is from Biakpani Kotedam. We arrested him by name Basi. So the man confessed that he sold the child to one Peter Dominic at Abas.
One Mr. Basi, Edemapan, came with the wife one day, sometimes last month, and brought a baby, that is the daughter, and that the mother that gave birth to this girl has gone, that he doesn't want the daughter to die, that this present lady do not take care of her. So I have to help him and brought somebody from the motherless baby home to him, and he collected money.
While the two other suspects, one of them a nurse, gave conflicting reports on their involvement, it was discovered that baby testimony was sold for 200,000 naira to the first buyer, who then resold her to another buyer for 300,000 naira. She was finally sold to the last buyer, alleged to be resident in Abuja.
A friend came to me. It's 10 years in marriage, no issue. This friend came to me and told me that there is a baby that she will help that woman to adopt the child. I said, let it be genuine. I directed my friend to her. Then my friend adopted the child through her. She said that she paid 500,000.
Me and him is selling frozen chicken at the junction. I don't know that it has any problem. He just told me that the wife could no longer take care because his children are many. That we should look for somebody to give the baby. That is why I came into this business with him.
DPO Itam Police Station Francis Erobo, who said they swung into action immediately the case was reported, affirmed that the operation resulting in the arrest of the suspects was made possible by the commitment of the state command towards ending all forms of criminal activities.
By God's grace, we were able to get to the second and eventually to the third buyer, because the second buyer she had received for 500,000. And finally, we got a woman who said she facilitated and paid 500,000 for the child.
While the suspects claimed to have regretted their actions, the Commissioner of Police at Akwa Ibom State Command, Adeyemi Ogunjemilusi, assured that the matter will be taken to a logical conclusion to serve as deterrent to others.
We are determined, and we are seizing this opportunity again to send the message to the hoodlums that we would leave no stone unturned until we flush them out.
For the mother of baby testimony, the over 1 month that her baby was lost was a nightmare she hoped to wake up from. She commended the efforts of the Nigerian police towards the recovery.
Thank goodness the child is safe and sound and back home. Moving on to people of Kogi State, the river Niger is symbolic. Many citizens of the state consider the river a source of livelihood as it supports agriculture and transportation. Hamis Urogo reports on how the river could change the fortunes of the state and the nation.
This is Lokoja, the Kogi State capital at dusk. How much a landscaping beauty it is. This picture of Lokoja can compare with any global city we see on magazines that receive fortunes out of tourism. It is amazing how much Kogi gets. The potentials are there. The pictures speak for themselves. An ancient township accentuated by the eternal river Niger. True, river Niger creates dreams as it marshals its way to the Atlantic. In Lokoja, where it linked up with the river Benue, it creates a landscaping masterpiece. Just thinking aloud, River Niger joined River Benue in Lokoja. They flow together from there on. Then why should River Niger alone take credit for the merger? That is by the way anyway. I had a mind to link up with a farming community on an island between Ida in Kogi State and Agenebode in Edo State. River Niger created the island. The story is that group of farmers from Anambra, Enugu, Delta and Edo states form a rich farming culture there. They work in harmony and they know how to spend the night. I planned to spend a night or two with them. But when the boat people at either riverside slammed a price for us, I skipped the transport. I deferred the trip to another time. As much as the island people, however, the people of Ibaji in Kogi State have similarly developed a rich farming culture, different from their neighbors. Again, it is a culture developed through having River Niger at their backyard. Well, this is River Niger in its days of glory during the rainy season around Itoduma in Ibaji local government area of Kogi State. But then I met the people of Ibaji, who I learned are farmers of no mean status. They produce cassava, yam, rice in large scale. And they have interesting stories to tell because farming in this place is like a ritual. Across all villages of Ibaji, life is restless. Agriculture has taken over their soul. No one is left out. All day long, you are confronted by images of vibrant agriculture. The whole environment is under cultivation. No space is wasted. That is the story of this man who symbolizes what farming means to an Ibaji person.
If you don't go to the farm, they regard you as a useless person, as a lazy man. So once you are not a farmer, you are not doing something on the farm, no, Ibaji man will hate you at the end of your life. But if an average Ibaji man, an elder sees you on the farm, he will even run to come and help you do the work on the farm. Actually, Mr. Gabriel is a director in the local government here in Ibaji. He has to remove his toga and come and be a farmer, right? Yes. I do. When I go to work, immediately after finishing with work, nothing holds me in my working place. I have to come immediately to my farm. It is just wonderful the people of Ibaji are adept at rice, yam and cassava cultivation. They even have a local technology that allows the yam to be as big as a grown baby. They speak glowingly of the beauty of local rice too. I don't buy rice from the market. And what is called foreign rice, no. We don't take it in Ibaji. It's even our own rice is by far better compared to this foreign rice they are bringing from Thailand, from anywhere. We don't buy it. The good news for people of Ibaji is that the federal government is availing them with the fertilizer in adequate quantity and in time. This is in fact a long queue for collection of fertilizer at a point in the local government headquarters. Many of the farmers in Ibaji wish they had access to agric loan too and a good road.
The interesting tour by Hamisu. Many thanks for that. It was a train ride like no other. In fact, it was a historic journey because it was the first time a train took off from Kogi through Edo and down to Delta State. Tunde Saiki was opportune to be on the memorable ride with the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, and other notable passengers. Here are the exciting moments.
This jubilation and traditional dance by these people is not just a marriage or burial ceremony as you may assume, but rather a celebration of the people heralding the arrival of a passenger train into their community for the first time. For over 30 years, this rail line was in limbo, completed but idle. In just 1 year, the situation has been turned around, and the result is this modern train running through states that have been waiting for this dream to come true. The various communities the rail line passed through were full of joy as they came out to see the train.
This is what we have been waiting for over 30 years now.
It's a kind of development that has come in our own time.
And we are very much grateful to Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari and his minister for giving us such a wonderful opportunity.
The 327-kilometer standard gauge railway line running from Itakwe in Kogi State to Warri in Delta State has 12 train stations. It was initially built to connect Nigeria's iron ore mining and steel production belts, but today the federal government is introducing passenger train.
So as this locomotive and coaches are running, the same thing that the cargo, this will also be running, the freight rail. It's just a matter of using communication and signaling to ensure that one could go when the other one is waiting. But the same, the iron ore deposits and all other things that will create industrialization here are all still in place, and we are going to do that.
So what we call trial runs, that's what we are doing. Now the stations are not fully in place, but we can improvise to make sure people start enjoying the benefits on time.
We are very happy that it has been rehabilitated, because this will serve as our transportation for us to transport our products.
That's the only way we can go, because we need over 2 million tons of iron ore concentrate in Ajaokuta per year to be able to service our steel plants.
Some other members of the minister's entourage described the train ride as worthwhile.
We know that steel development is one of the bedrocks of economic development of any nation. We are sure that this project will go a long way in facilitating the completion of Ajaokuta and ensuring that steel production and development takes place on a very sound footing.
Like from Ajaokuta to Warri, that one is being done there. Then it's we heard that there's one going from Ajaokuta to Abuja. If that one happens, you know what it will be economically.
So the railways and Ministry of Transport, then the stations were introduced. It was decided that it's going to be served both for industrial purposes and then for passenger commuters.
When it is fully operational, this train service is expected to move over 900 passengers daily from the northern part of the country to the Niger Delta, with plans to further link the rail line to Lokoja and Abuja.
It's indeed the dawn of a new era for Nigeria's transport sector. Thanks for staying on the line so far. After this break, you'll get to know who was celebrated within the course of the week. Don't go away.
TomTom refreshes and sharpens your senses, making you come alive. Go for it with TomTom.
What we are really cultivating here is a better future for all Nigerian women. And it's not always easy. Panadol Extra relieves headache, backache, joint pain, toothache, and menstrual pain. The pain is worth it.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. The new Mocha Dreamtime mattress is specially designed with kids in mind. And it's water resistant too, so it's real easy peasy to clean. Mocha Dreamtime gives my kids the quality sleep they need to succeed. The first mattress designed with kids in mind. Mocha, adding comfort to life.
I've got something for you. Clorets is the only gum that eliminates odors, giving you real fresh breath.
We have a challenge. My husband has a big interview, but his shirts aren't cleaning well.
Don't panic, Ngozi. Just use Good Mama. Good Mama's extra cleaning power removes all dirt, leaving a wonderful scent. Look, whites are white, colors are bright, and extra fresh.
Now in a 1 kg pack.
He got the job?
What do you think?
Obvious.
Good Mama knows best.
Share romances, make a friend. Stick together till the end. Share romances, socialize. Share Mentos and be nice.
Mentos candy. Crunchy outside, chewy inside.
Have some fun. Who says no to Mentos?
Now introducing the new Mentos Extra Strong Mint.
Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1. A delicious combination of rich cocoa and wholesome goodness of milk. Just add hot water to get an instant chocolatey treat. Cadbury Hot Chocolate 3-in-1. Just add hot water.
Nasco are whole flake to retain
Mommy,
all the
what does
nutrients.
whole flakes mean? It means
Come on, eat your breakfast. We're going to be late for school. And stop talking with your mouth full.
Whole flaked is the natural process of making cornflakes. Nasco cornflakes are made with only fresh yellow sun-ripe corn that is flaked whole to retain all the natural goodness of the whole corn for whole nutrition, whole taste, and whole crunchiness for the whole family.
So you mean you don't know what whole flaked means?
So next time you're eating cornflakes, make sure it's whole flaked Nasco cornflakes.
Welcome back. More than 100 Catholic faithful in Lagos have been honored with the prestigious knighthood of St. Mulumba. Annie Daniels reports that they were admitted into the order for their roles in promoting peace, prosperity, and unity in the country.
That procession heralded the commencement of the Holy Mass for these men and women who have been admitted and invested as members of 4th degree Knights of St. Mulumba, Nigeria. Officiating priest, Reverend Father Michael Nsikat Omo, charged the celebrants to serve the church and humanity by employing discipline and commitment.
There comes a time in life one must have been able to have his tenets, his beliefs and whatever, not swayed here and there and lying to themselves and to everybody. So those two key words are very, very important in human life and in any nation building.
The newly admitted knights later changed into their new attires.
We help the church in growing the faith. We help ourselves in supporting ourselves in case of difficulties. We try to support the poor who are in need, and we support, generally, we do charity.
A knight is a high caliber Catholic, a man whose honor and integrity should be at stake at all times. You monitor your honor, you monitor your integrity. You're a man of example, you're a candle that is lit for others to emulate.
Afterwards, all roads led to the reception where guests were treated to assortments of foods and drinks.
100! Please, another point for them.
The Order of the Catholic Knights of St. Mulumba was established in Nigeria in 1953 by late Reverend Father Abraham Ojefwa. Membership is opened only to Catholic men and their wives and spans all cadre of professionals.
Congrats to the new Knights of St. Mulumba. It was a memorable moment for the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamidi Adeyemi III, when he gave out his daughter, Rukayat, in marriage. Funke Ibidamiton witnessed the glitz and glamour of the royal wedding.
The Aganju Royal Forecourt of the Alaafin's Palace in Oyo accommodated the imposing bouquet, which hosted a mammoth crowd from across the country and beyond, who came to witness the royal wedding of Rukayat Adekpeju, daughter of Oba Lamidi Adeyemi III, to Hakeem Adeshola Folarin from Isale-Eko in Lagos State. Call it love at first sight or love at first flight, and you will not be mistaken, as the journey, which began on a flight from Lagos to Abuja, culminated in this colorful carnival-like wedding ceremony presided over by the Imam Alaafin Alhaji Nuruddin Sarumi. Alhaji Taufik Akeugba Gold, in his sermon, charged the couple to build their home on the acronym STEP.
Always live together, always talk together, always eat together, always pray together.
The grand reception and royal banquet which followed was enveloped with love and beauty. Guests had plenty to eat and drink and shake off their bodies to the music of Bonsue Fuji exponent Adewale Ayuba. Cutting of the huge 21-layered cake with the bride's dance with her father, Ikuba Bayeye himself, was to the admiration of all. There were loads of advice from royal fathers, family members, and dignitaries, including representative of the Minister of Information.
There will be hard time, but once you build relationship with love,
I wish the better life, good luck, and prosperity.
Show love to one another and mutual respect.
You should not be telling their problem to others because of bad advice.
The wife must be submissive to her husband.
For the lovebirds, this is the beginning of a lifelong relationship.
Words can describe her.
Like, it has been the best thing that ever happened to me in my life.
The very best in life. It is a known fact that the tourism potential of Nigeria, if harnessed, could place the nation as one of the leading economies of the world. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, who was in Sentosa, Singapore recently, reports that the tourist location could serve as an inspiration to Nigeria.
The tourism industry is an important pillar of the Singapore economy. Apart from adding vibrancy to its economy, it also directly contributes to the nation's gross domestic products, GDP. Sentosa, also known as the State of Fun, was a British military base and Japanese prisoners of war camp. It hosts about 40,000 tourists daily, with each paying at least 12 Singaporean dollars. The Sea Aquarium and its shelter beach stretch of about 2 kilometers are some of the attractions.
The experience here in Sentosa makes me feel like I'm no longer on this planet Earth.
Sentosa's experience is a different thing. It's just like living in the Garden of Eden, where everything is just at its natural bed. Back at home, well, my belief is one day we'll get there.
I don't think what has happened in Singapore it's impossible for Nigeria, because the Singaporeans, they don't have two heads, but there is one thing they have which we need to build on, and that is each person believes that it is his or her responsibility to make things work.
The Capella Resort Hotel, where U.S. President Donald Trump and his North Korean counterparts, Kim Jong-un, signed. We
apologize for that abrupt end. We'll see about bringing that report to you maybe next week. Now, moving on, the next feature will make you smile because it is very entertaining. Let's make way for Sarafina Okon as she brings us sights and sounds from Ikotekpene Township Stadium, where a new political chapter opened in Akwa Ibom State.
Call this uncommon dance and I bet you won't be wrong. Akwa Ibom Nation stood still to welcome Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio into the All Progressives Congress of Nigeria. The Ikotekpene Township Stadium was agog with excitement and jubilation as one of their own was given a state welcome to the APC fold. Trust your #1 entertainment program to serve you with all the bleeds and gleeds at the event. Nigerian dances are usually very artistic. The costumes, dance steps, and drum beats only makes it more exciting. And guess what? communication is so much easier, so much so people of all style and ages can't help but go with the flow. Indeed, Nigeria's cultural diversity is not only a source of pride, but also a viable currency on the global space. The second master MC Galaxy thrilled guests at the event. Need we say the crowd was thrilled? The entertainment industry keeps evolving. Entertainers at the event say excellent sounds and lyrical content is what every artist must work out to remain relevant in the industry.
Music has played a very pivotal role in the Nigerian system till date. I don't think any event can go at all, any social event, for music or any entertainment not to be done or not to happen in that event. I don't think it's possible.
Music is everything. You see, no matter all the talks, they need music. Music catches, connects everybody.
Yes, it was a political event, no doubt, but the audience got more entertainment than they indeed bargained for.
Thanks for sharing, Fina. As science continues to bypass the laws of nature, some communities are still upholding age-long practices. Details after this break. Stay on the line.
Speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There's no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
The Executive Governor of Kebbi State, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, on behalf of good and hospitable people of the state, welcomes the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, Ministers of State of the Ministry, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Works, Chairman of the House Committee on Works, Directors of the Ministry, Honorable Commissioners of Works, Permanent Secretaries and Directors from the 36 states of the Federation and all stakeholders. To the 24th Council on Works with the theme Ensuring Value for Money in Nigerian Highways Development, holding in Birnin Kebbi, Kebbi State. As we converge in Kebbi State, the land of equity between 13th to 17th August 2018, we wish you journey mercies and successful deliberations. Barka da zuwa. Sign, Alhaji Abubakar Atiku Bunu, Honorable Commissioner, Works and Transport.
The House Committee on Sports cordially re-invites all stakeholders in the sports sector to a two-day National Sports Summit with the theme, Growing Nigeria's Sports from Grassroots for Championship, Excellence and Sustainable Development, under the distinguished chairmanship of Governor Akinwumi Anbode, Governor of Lagos State, Co-Chairman, Barrister Nyesom Wike, Governor of Rivers State, Special Guest of Honor, Barrister Solomon Dallo, Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Chief Host and Keynote Speaker, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, Speaker, House of Representatives, Co-Host, Alhaji Mohammed Bello, Honorable Minister of FCT, Royal father of the occasion, His Royal Highness Muhammad Sanusi II, Emir of Kano. Fathers of the day, General Yakubu Gowon retired, Ibrahim Gaidam, Governor of Yobe State, Oba Otudeko. Mother of the day, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, wife of the President. Eminent guests, Executive Governors of 36 states of the Federation. Date 14th and 15th August 2018. Venue, Nikon Luxury Hotel Abuja. Time 9 a.m. daily. Other important guests include NOC President and President of Sports Federation, State Commissioners of Sports, State Directors of Sports, Directors of Sports in ministries, departments and agencies. Resource persons are Professor Shewun Omotayo, Michel Obi, William Babatunde Fowler, Executive Chairman FIRS, Professor Ebenezer Murakenyo, Dr. Al-Hassan Yakmut, Dr. Mohamed Sanusi, Short Talk, Shagun Odegbami, Angelo Peter Elosia, Amaju Pinnick, Professor Nebath Tanglang, Dr. Kweku Adedayo Tando. Discussants, Dr. Amos Adamu, Dr. Patrick AKG, Dr. Ademola Are, Director of Grassroots, President, NAFHED. For more information, please contact Okeyinka Matthew, Global Sports Consult, 0818-552-2268, 0805-238-3336. Suleiman Fatai, Clerk, House Committee on Sports, on 0806-771-3438, 0818-556-8873. This announcement is proudly sponsored by NTA, Africa's largest TV network.
Announcer, Honorable Guni Bukarlawan, Chairman, House Committee on Sports.
Madam. Brought us as usual.
As usual. You have no problem.
For the three put
you are welcome, sir.
As usual, yeah? I was
you take that one. You take that one. You don't understand? We want Nigerian homegrown rice. Finish. You don't have.
Join the rice revolution today.
no other rice that tastes like Nigerian rice. Are you sorry? That's the Nigerian rice we are talking about. Chocolate made in Nigerian rice. Healthy food. I'm going to bring Mrs. Mobu to come to chocolate rice of made in Nigeria here. And see how it are made.
Correct.
And how they are cook it.
Correct.
Homegrown rice are good for your health. It boosts our economy and give employment to our people.
This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
The old one don't vamuso as the new one land the bam. Better bop inside every chop we get beside chef seasoning cube. 10 Jara cubes dey inside the 100 cube packets and 5 Jara cube inside the 50 cube packets. Go buy your own now before the Jara then finish. Mr. Chef, the jollyment you not go forget.
Fake news which is shared for malicious purposes is a danger to our peace and security in Nigeria. Misinformation as fake news is a serious threat to our hard-earned democracy and promotes hatred and misunderstanding between our communities. We are all responsible for stopping the spread of fake news in its tracks. So, always check the source and credibility of any news item. Say no to fake news. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
To have you back. When the pirates' confraternity was established by Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka in the mid-60s, it was basically for activism against the oppression and unlawful exploitation of students by the school authorities. Today, however, one can only imagine the ideology behind existing fraternities, which mostly operate underground. The story of 20-year-old Miriam Abiola, a female cultist who doubles as an assassin, is a clear example that these fraternities aid crime. Doing Dia is following the case for Newsline.
It's Brother Sadiq that take me to their court. After she take me to their court, she now take me to their babalawo. So the babalawo will give me something to eat and do that. So after that, we are not going to go for operation. After that, Brother Sadiq started giving me gun to go and be killing someone. I've killed about 4 people now. It's not only me, we are 3. The 2 persons have run away.
That was 20-year-old Miriam Abiola giving account of her stewardship as a trained assassin. The suspect, who was initiated into Eye confraternity about 4 years ago, has carried out a series of attacks on her victims for just 10,000 naira. She was introduced into the secret society by one Sadiq Ayeumi, a top echelon of the Eye fraternity. Before they carry out their operation, the group often consults a herbalist, Adio Gunremi, for spiritual guidance. She explained that she and other gang members often disguise by dressing in white overall and white hijab, such that makes them look like a Muslim Umar.
It's the fence we used to pass and enter the house. That's Sadiq that teach me when I reach their place. She taught me about 3 times how to shoot it before I knew how to shoot the gun.
This is not the first time the Lagos State Police Command will parade notorious cultists such as these, as the increasing rate of cult activities in the Lagos metropolis is said to be another security threat that needs serious and urgent attention.
During investigation, the suspect, Sadiq Oyewumi, confessed to be a member of a secret cult group known as Aye Confraternity. He further stated that during their cult activities, his brother, Wahid Oyewumi, was shot dead by the rival cult group led by Emeka Ihioma, whom he alleged pulled the trigger of the gun that killed his brother. Emeka Ihioma further stated that his group decided to kill Sadiq's brother when all efforts to kill Sadiq failed.
It is from home, and they develop it more when they meet with friends that do same thing, that when there's nobody to advise them.
Peer pressure will push students, young ones, to go and join secret society just to be feel among.
Parents are failing in discharging their own responsibility of bringing up their children morally and what have you.
Though some children are facing a lot of problems, we should put God first into their life and keep on praying for them.
While Miriam Abiola and other suspects are standing trial, one important aspect that needs to be re-examined is the negligence of most parents to their wards, especially the girl child.
Chilling confessions, I must say. The law will decide what to do with the suspect and her cohort. The young lady on queue is special. She's in the fashion business, precisely costume jewelry. She's very good at what she does. As a matter of fact, some of us Newsline crew members have patronized her. She not only designs earrings and neck pieces, she makes and delivers them to buyers. I'm sure you're wondering what the big deal is all about. I think John Adams will now let us know.
I know a God whose mercy, full and kind, faithful and gracious. I'm the apple of his eyes, the thought that fills his heart.
This is Blessing Uriato showing gratitude to God. But why is she doing this? Did she win a lottery? Did she get $1 million contract? Many questions going through your mind, right? You'll get to know. Blessing is appreciating God for making her a unique being. She was born with a disability that affects her 2 legs.
To see my siblings being able to move about with their feet, go to school and come back, and my cases were just quite different. I was used to being the one telling them welcome. I was never used to be the one saying being greeted at welcome.
Blessing has refused to be limited by her condition. That is why she decided to explore her potentials, which bead making is one.
When I came out of my vocational school, it wasn't that easy to come out and become a dressmaker, because I had to have a shop and I had to have other things to start up business, which was not forthcoming. So bead making was secondary for me while I was there. I remember I took 3,000 naira to the market and I bought something little. I just said to myself, this is my starting point on beads.
Did I tell you that she has never been to a conventional school? Yes, she has never, but she's so eloquent. How did she do it?
I make friends with people that are ahead of me. I enjoy looking up to people. I enjoy listening when people are talking. I enjoy gaining knowledge from outside. Your knowledge cannot only come from the four walls of the classroom.
There was a day one girl said it's a graduate. The girl was behaving as if the day my daughter opened the door, I opened my mouth. The English that was coming out for her, I don't know where I learned.
Blessing has trained many in bead making, and most times she does it free. I automatically became one of her students.
I just told her, Blessing, I want to learn this bead. She said, you are free, you can come. So she's good to go with. She's a great teacher. You must learn it. And one thing about her is you can't stay under her teaching without grabbing something.
Some of her neighbors describe her as a lovely person.
The auntie, she's humble, she's cool, she's getting her hard work.
She's friendly, she's nice, and she's always happy.
Blessing extended her benevolence to me as I didn't go empty-handed. I had this to myself. Instead of using her disability as an excuse to beg for alms, she has turned it the other way around. This is a call to all and sundry. Do not allow your challenge to turn you into a beggar.
Yes, and Blessing makes most of my beads. She's an inspiration. Her abilities ought to inspire everyone watching to do more, no matter the hurdles. Along those lines, from the time of creation, God gave man the task of reproduction as a law of nature. This has, however, impeded sometimes by infertility, incompatibility, and medical deficiencies like the SS genetic defect. To solve these problems, man has developed scientific technologies to artificially orchestrate the birth of children through in vitro fertilization, IVF, and surrogacy. Although millions have become parents from these scientific breakthroughs, a school of thought questions if science is playing God. Onegi Fine Face in this special report unravels the scientific and societal implications of this breakthrough in fertility.
Assisted reproductive technology, or surrogacy, is a process where embryos are artificially produced using a woman's egg and a man's sperm, and then inserted into the womb of a woman to nurture and eventually give birth. Surrogacy is adopted as a result of some conditions: when pregnancy is medically impossible, when pregnancy risks are too much to undertake for the sake of the mother's health or life, and when same-sex couples intend to have a child. Surrogacy can be traditional when the sperm of an intending father or a donor is artificially inseminated into an intending mother or another woman who is the surrogate mother. The process can also be gestational when an embryo created through in vitro fertilization, IVF, is implanted in the surrogate mother. This is done in three ways: intending mother's egg plus intending father's sperm, intending parent's egg or sperm plus donor sperm or egg, and donor embryo implanted in a surrogate mother.
The technology is quite successful as a result of the innovations that have been put into it to achieve pregnancy for those who would have been hopeless in trying to get pregnant.
As much a solution to infertility as it is, surrogacy involves the buying and selling of human eggs, sperm, and embryos, and the contracting of a woman's body to carry the pregnancy of another parent. These are some reasons for the ethical dilemma on the acceptability of the practice. Is surrogacy, therefore, an exchange of money for children?
Human life is invaluable. In other words, it cannot be commodified. But the problem is that, with ART, human life seems to become now like any other commodity, like any designer product, that can be commercialized. So that's one of the major ethical issues that come up there. Then the ethical issue of, almost as if man is playing God.
Surrogacy also questions the concept of motherhood, since the practice creates social, genetic, and gestational mothers, as well as parents who do not have genetic ties with their surrogated offsprings.
The result of the ART is that we have a lot of complicated issues, birth defects, and then we have other things that affect the nature of the human person.
Appreciating the scientific innovation of surrogacy, caution is also advocated on ethical grounds so that man does not turn children into commodities for sale.
The issue will always remain a debate, but thankfully the law protects all interests. Moving on, good to know you're still there. Time to take our last break on the program. Stay on the line.
Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
The Serene village of Shealu in Ushonzu local government area of Benue State played host to prominent jurists and other dignitaries on Saturday. It was a gathering to pay a befitting tribute to the late Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Aloysius Katsina Alu, as his remains were laid to rest. Godwin Inalegu reports.
For a man that has laid indelible footprints on the sands of time, especially as far as the legal profession is concerned, the turnout and caliber of came out to pay their last respects was not unexpected. Among them was Chief Justice of Nigeria, Walter Onogen, former Chief Justices of Nigeria, former and serving judges and other legal luminaries, former governors and National Assembly members. They all described late Justice Katsina Alu as a rare gentleman and an uncommon jurist whose legacies will continue to remain for quite some time. Representative of Governor Samuel Otom, the Secretary to the State Joe SAN describes late Justice Katsina Alu as an epitome of humility and an icon of no mean accomplishments. The funeral service for the deceased, Pastor Thomas Ngiad, advised everyone to reflect on their lives, as after death there is the final judgment. He called on everybody to seek the face of God through acts of love, charity, and service to humanity. Late Justice Katsina Alu was married with children and grandchildren.
May his soul rest in peace. Amen. We'll end Newsline here tonight. It has been a most fulfilling time with you. We'll be back with a more fabulous package come Sunday next week. Just stay on the line. After the program, you'll watch a press conference by the APC chairman, after which Alibaba Seriously will commence. For now, good night and God bless Nigeria.